What's up? So, quick video for you because I want to talk about something that I'm witnessing in the news really recently with this whole Kanye West Ye thing and his communication or his opinions about something that happened with a tweet and the Jewish people. I want to talk about this because there's a very important fundamental principle of the subconscious that we need to address here for you, right? To make sure that you have clarity. I wish for him too, but let's just get into it. So the notion here I want you to fathom is this idea that really fundamental basic understanding of the subconscious is that we delete, we distort, and we generalize all information that is in the environment that we process that becomes our reality. Now, what we delete, distort, and generalize is a whole level of conversation called filters and other things. But generally speaking, every human being deletes and distorts and generalizes information to then come out with what they perceive to be their reality. And we can talk about this quite a bit, but I want to talk about the notion of generalizing, because this is what I'm noticing very specifically, which is happening with this guy Ye, who has a very loud megaphone of people paying attention. Now, what is generalizing? So in the simplest of terms, the way that we can navigate life easily without having to intake too much information is to clump things together, right? If I learn what a stop sign looks like generally, I don't need to know every shade of color red, the thickness of each white line, the different fonts. A stop sign is generally a stop sign because I can generalize information. This is also very useful. For imagine if you learn about a door, how to open a door. If you didn't generalize this knowledge to fit your way of doing things, you would have to learn about every type of door, every color door, every size door, every type of hinge, every type of handle, each direction, all of it. It'd just be too much information. So our mind will generalize. It's very useful. But it also can be very detrimental. And this is where we talk about overgeneralizations, like things called isms, sexism, communism, socialism, whatever, all the different isms, right? These are generalizations. Now, I want to talk about this thing called a universal quantifier. Is when you quantify something universally, which means saying something that includes a large audience. For example, the term everyone, all people, those people, right? And I'm exaggerating it because it really, someone's like, oh, those people. The issue here is it's not that it's those people. See, when we navigate life, we delete, distort, and generalize based on what we perceive to be our reality. And the more we live in our environment and have less cues from external, the more we start to think it is all those people, everybody. But it's not. Now, in the case of this guy, Kanye West, Ye, whatever his name, he is overly generalizing a situation when he's saying those people, right? The Jewish people, my people, he also said. And these are overgeneralizations. Now, why I bring this to you is simple, because he can believe whatever he wants to believe and communicate whatever he wants to, as can almost everybody if they're not censored. However, you get to hear this. So when you hear something that sounds like all, everyone, those people, right? When there's a generalization, it is up to you to challenge that, right? To go, is it really everyone? Right? To see the generalization. Because what happens now, and by the way, you can learn all about this in the course that I have online. If you can find my course at secrettolifeinstitute.com, we talk about secrets of a subconscious ninja. We talk about the art of mental manipulation. And this notion of if you're hearing things like all and every, your job is to dissect that, to take it apart and to challenge it and go, is it really all of them? So in the case of Kanye, when he's talking about this notion of the Jewish people, and he's like, the Jewish people, the question is it really all Jewish people or just the ones that he's been dealing with in the highest of the highs of the industry where he feels he's being taken advantage of? Sure, there are people at the cream of the crops, and perhaps their religion is one and the same, and perhaps they're even shady folk. But it's not all people. So it's up to us as individuals to realize that this is just a natural tendency of our subconscious mind to clump things together, to tell us a story in our mind that we paint a reality on. So for him, it's true because he sees it internally different than how he's communicating it. What we do is we clump words together to make it easier to share. So while he may be thinking, all of the people that I've been dealing with in my time in this arena, he sums it by saying all people, which becomes very dangerous for individuals like you and me and the rest of society watching, because then we clump and we generalize, right? And this is where it can get very much down a dark, dark rabbit hole. So I'm going to digress there. I'm just going to pause and I'm going to say, if you notice that you hear, and that's for you to turn your ear and to pay attention, who is overgeneralizing? Who is using universal quantifiers? Who is saying those, them, those, everyone, right? Always, never, right? And when you hear those, the easiest thing to do is challenge it and go, really? Never? All of them? So you can start to see clearly through the confusion of someone else and make up your own mind. Again, this is not a good or a bad thing. These are just the principles that we have working at our subconscious realm. This guy, Yi, only has a really loud microphone, so every word is amplified and we get a chance to witness what could happen, right? So that's it for today. Deletion, distortion, and in this case, generalization. Hope he figures it out. Hope you figure it out. And let's just move on in a happy place. See ya.